Mr. Speaker, according to the parliamentary budget officer, the Prime Minister's failure at their border will cost over $1 billion, and provinces are sending their bills to the federal government. When will the Prime Minister understand that the only way to stop paying bills for over $1 billion is to close the breach or the loopholes in the Safe Third Country Agreement? The Right Honourable the Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we are working with the United States. We're working with our provincial partners to make sure that our immigration system will continue to be strong and reliable. We know that there are irregular arrivals. Asylum seekers are a challenge for our system. But at the same time, we can reassure Canadians that we do all necessary security checks. We make sure that our immigration system has integrity. We know it is a complex situation, but we are working with the provinces and with our partners. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Speaker, not only is this crisis, which has been created by the Prime Minister, will it cost $1 billion, but it is also difficult for people living near Roxham Road. It's a crisis, and some of the so-called temporary shelters have become permanent, and there are bills to be paid by the provinces. The Prime Minister has to help the provinces and fix this crisis. The Right Honourable the Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we are ensuring that our immigration system is compassionate and fair while ensuring our border has integrity and while protecting our communities. We've invested $173 million in border security to speed up the processing of asylum claims. The Conservatives cut the budget of the CBSA by over $300 million, cut services to refugees, and they want Canada to violate international law. We will continue to apply our laws and respect our international obligations. The Leader of the Opposition.
Canada's immigration system should be compassionate and fair. There's nothing fair about crossing through an illegal border crossing from a safe part of upstate New York into Canada, jumping the queue, skipping the line, and forcing others to wait longer because more and more resources have to go to those coming into Canada illegally. That is the legacy that this Prime Minister caused with his irresponsible tweet. And literally, they have done nothing to stop the problem. Instead of just adding up the costs, will they finally do something to stop the crossings themselves?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we are ensuring that our immigration system remains fair and compassionate, all the while ensuring the integrity of our border and the security of our communities. We will continue to ensure that Canadian law is applied and that our international obligations are respected. I will also highlight, Mr. Speaker, in this, the last opportunity for PMQs in this House. It's a pleasure to be taking questions from everyone, not just the Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Speaker.
I think members want to hear the next question. Order. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
I have good news for the Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker. After the 2019 election, he won't have to answer questions he doesn't like in this House. Mr. Speaker, he has to answer for the fact that he has done absolutely nothing to stop the illegal border crossings into our country. Now, he can try to hide the truth and say things that aren't true. He knows it was the Conservative government that added 26% worth of Canada service agents at our borders. It's Conservatives who are proposing real solutions to solve this problem. When will he do something about it?
Yeah. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I look forward to the opportunity to present our plan to Canadians next year in the federal election and look forward to going against what seems to be the Harper Conservative platform once again. Mr. Speaker, the Harper Conservatives cut $390 million.
Order. Far too much noise. I know everyone's excited about Christmas after the poem and all that, but we need to calm down and hear each other, even if we don't like what may be said by the other side sometimes. The Honourable Prime Minister has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I suggest you give them a little indulgence. They all want an opportunity to ask questions and make comments, Mr. Speaker, on this last day of Prime Minister question period in this House of Commons. Mr. Speaker, we're going to continue to stand up for Canadians and ensure that things move forward properly. That's something we've committed to Canadians.